Hi everybody, today I'm tying the bunny crab. It's a very simple but effective bonefish fly, especially if you're going to be fishing somewhere where they like, you know, sort of slightly bulkier patterns with plenty of movement. This is very simple to tie. You only really have 3 materials plus your hook. And I'm tying these in a size 4 on a TMCO 800S, just because I like the sort of wider gape, shorter shank configuration. And what I'm going to do, yeah, I wouldn't tie them much bigger than this actually, because the rabbit fur body doesn't lend itself to the crab shape if it gets any bigger, unless you sort of wound it like a hackle or spun it in a loop. But the way this is tied, you're better just sticking with like slightly smaller sizes, you know, like 4, 6, 8s. I suppose you could tie it in a 10 as well. Oops. Drop my headset out now. Back it up. So, first thing is just run on a base of thread. This is just pink Danville's flat wax nylon. Obviously you can use whatever thread you like. I'm using pink because I'm tying a tan version. But obviously you can tie it in different colours. You could use blue or whatever if you were tying it for a region where the crabs were slightly different in coloration. I actually also tie them in olive. Quite like the olive. And I use chartreuse thread. It's quite nice if you use barred rabbit instead of just the plain as well. So I've got a wide cut zonker strip, and I'm going to tie it in so that the hair will be facing or pointing back towards the bend of the hook when I fold the hide over. So I'm going to tie it upside down this direction, right? To get ready for the tie-in, just start sweeping the fibres where the hide's going to be attached to the hook against the grain, right? So that they'll kind of stick out the back, and then just take a loose turn. If you just offer the hide up to the side like that, take a loose turn, the thread torque will sort of push it onto the top, and you can adjust it. You see this actually try to creep a bit much. Just tighten down a wee bit. And then if you just hold it sort of slightly at an angle, make sure you've still got all that thread going back. You can spiral the thread back and let it push the hide straight onto the top. You can maybe need to adjust it slightly, but you'll have something like that will sit like that. And I'll just pull that out of the way and just carefully avoid the hook point, and just sort of cover up all the hide and everything that's exposed. You know, it's just makes your fly that wee bit more durable. And then I'll just come in with my super glue, or you could use head cement or something, whatever you like, just and at the base of the dumbbells, just to sort of make sure they're locked in place and they won't go anywhere. And then I'll just stick some over the thread as well, just to help it a wee bit. Again, you're just adding a bit of extra durability to the fly. So the next thing is the rubber legs. And what I like to do is I'll just take the pad and I'm going to use 3 legs, but instead of cutting them off, we'll just sort of separate them like this and let it hang so that I know the middle point. And then I'll come in and cut them. So I've got this, and then so I've got 2 halves, so like the next half will do the next fly, and I'll just pull these 3 on the pad away, and then it's just a matter of I'll fold these across the thread, and I'll leave the tab side next to me as far as possible. That's the wrong way. It just gives you a bit of control, a bit more control when you go to do the figure 8 wraps. And I'll still holding onto the tab end, I've let go of the others, and I'll just bring my thread behind them and across, and that's the first figure 8 wrap. Right, when you're getting that first one in is usually the most awkward, and I'll take like 3 X wraps there just to get them well secured. I'll come in and I'll move my thread forward, and keep your thread, I'll just trim these actually so you can maybe see a bit better. Keep your thread right tight to the dumbbell eye, right? Don't bring it away forward, because you need that wee bit of space to tidy up the rabbit hide when you trim it. So just bring the rabbit fur forward, right? See the legs are all sticking out nicely, and don't be tempted to separate it so you get a nice. It gives you an easier, neater tie-in, but leave these extra hairs in the hide from the hide that's going to be cut here. They still reach back, and that sort of helps give you a bit more width, which don't catch your legs. So it gives you a bit more width to help maintain the sort of crab profile of this. I mean, it's fairly limited anyway, but so when you do that and you pull it, these shorter fibres sort of stick out rather than tapering down like a shrimp pattern. So we'll just take maybe another 4 wraps there just to sort of cinch that down, and I'll lift the hide up and put a couple of turns just in front, sort of going back to tighten up even more the thread wraps that are going over the hide, and that sort of locks it very securely in place. And come in and trim this as tight as you can get it, right? And you can see sort of flare that's a wee bit round though. You get a wee sort of rearrange it slightly so that it's even. Lost a leg, there we go. And don't worry about any of these wee bits kind of sticking out the side, they just add a bit more sort of movement and depth to the profile. So the fly is basically, the tie-in's basically done. You just are left to tidy up and put a head in it. So bring your thread in front of the hide. This just helps you get a neater, tidier head, and wind back over the butts, right? And that sort of, it means you're not like squeezing it forward, and then just build up a neat little pink nose, or whatever colour you're tying. Just moisten that just to sort of control it, and then all that remains to be done is to put a couple of whip finishes. always like to use 2, and I'll just come in and trim my thread. The legs, just check your legs are even. If they're not, just even them up, and you've got 3 legs on either side. And there you have it. That's a bunny crab, nice and simple, but it catches fish. And it absolutely, you know, it would justify space in your box. I'll just come in a wee bit of head cement on there, just to make sure, just to make the fly last a bit longer. And that's it. The bunny crab. I hope you liked that. If you did, or if you didn't, please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.